Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. Today is transcription number 381 of Sir Kailash Chandra's volume number 18 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. I will not go into the details of the agricultural production during the first 2 years of the second plan, but I will refer to some other salient features. The increase in agricultural production is achieved by a number of schemes, including major and medium irrigation, minor irrigation, fertilizers and manures, improved seeds, land development, and improved agricultural practices. It is true that so far as major and medium irrigation works are concerned, we have developed a huge potential, but we have not been able to utilize it. We feel very unhappy that large amounts of money should have been spent on the construction of dams and reservoirs, but the water was not being utilized. This question was very carefully examined by the Irrigation and Power Ministry and the Planning Commission. The Irrigation and Power Ministry, which is in administrative charge of the major and medium irrigation schemes, found that the failure to utilize the irrigation potential was due either to the failure to construct main channels or field channels or the lack of incentive for the cultivators to change over from dry to wet farming or for want of training in proper cropping patterns. Action has been taken to provide conditions for the utilization of this potential, and the Planning Commission has agreed to divert some 30 or so crores of rupees during the rest of the plan period for the fuller utilization of this irrigation potential. In the community development areas, the Community Development Ministry has been made responsible for the construction of the field channels and for propagating cropping patterns. In the non-community development areas, the state governments have been charged with the responsibility for utilizing this potential. In fact, I feel very unhappy that this potential should not have been properly utilized. Now, so far as minor irrigation works are concerned, they have done well, and during the first 2 years, they have fulfilled their targets. Improved seed is another important item in the development of agricultural production. There is a little misunderstanding about the seed farms. The scheme of the seed farms is that in each of the community development blocks and the shadow blocks, a nucleus seed farm of 25 acres will be set up. This will produce foundation seed. The foundation seed will have to pass through the registered growers in the first year as well as in the second year. Fertilizers have played a very important role in agricultural production all over the world. Our consumption of fertilizers is very small compared to the progressive countries. It is very low compared to Japan. It is very low compared to China, and it is very low compared to the United States of America. Now, sir, this is a limiting factor. Unfortunately, in the beginning of the plan, we did not fully realize the importance of fertilizers. We should have planned more of factories and we should have been producing more of fertilizers. In any event, during the period of the shortfall, we should have found more money for the import of fertilizers, but unfortunately, our foreign exchange position being what it is, I am not sure to what extent we shall be able to meet the requirements of fertilizers, and this is going to be a limiting factor in our future agricultural production. Again, sir, land development is another important scheme. Its growth has also been held up on account of the failure to import a sufficient number of tractors. That again is due to the paucity of foreign exchange. Our achievements during the first 2 years of the plan are only 23% of the targets. Part of this low achievement is explainable. Firstly, as the House will remember, the target for agricultural production originally was fixed at 10 million tons. When the targets for 1956 and 1957 were worked out, they were worked out on the basis of 10 million tons. The other day, the Prime Minister made a very significant admission in the Lok Sabha. He said that it was unfortunate that we had not realized the importance of agriculture in our planning. We had not given it a sufficiently important place, and we are now learning it to our cost that our past neglect has been responsible for the stresses and strains in the supply of food. The government must now give a second thought. Agriculture has to be given the first place, and unless agriculture is given the first place, the implementation of the plan will be adversely affected. I have no doubt that fertilizers have to play an important role, and unless we set up the supply of fertilizers, we shall have to face considerable difficulties in increasing our agricultural production. Our potentialities for increasing agricultural production are immense. Our production is one of the lowest in the world, and there is ample scope for increasing production. For that, we do not need the testimony of any foreigner. Our progressive farmers are producing 3 times